Everyone in the service industry has a story. Crazy customers, wild orders, and WTF moments. Do you want to start a tab? The podcast here to bring you those tales from behind the bar. My name's Carl, and I still got to read off a teleprompter for my intros.
This isn't a teleprompter, but you still have to read your intros after how many episodes now?
24-ish. I can barely remember the ending, let alone the intro, okay? Leave me alone. Who are you? Give me shit.
I'm Riley. I'm his wife, and I have some bartending experience.
I have some bartending experience too. So on this lovely little podcast here, we read stories off the internet through the eyes of the guest or the bartender, talk about it, give feedback. Is there an asshole? Is there a hero? We don't know. We try to discuss that, figure it out. Then we read, then we rate it 1 through 5, 1 being your average bartender story, 5 being a unique situation that we will probably never see in our little short lifetimes here on this planet Earth.
Right.
And so, since we are a bartending podcast and we enjoy the adult beverage, we are still drinking Mount Trashmore Trail Mix from Lionbridge. It's a kettle sour beer with peanuts, chocolate, and blueberry. And
you really need to adjust how you say peanuts.
Peanuts?
Because you say peanuts.
Peanuts.
There you go.
Penis.
It sounds like what you're saying a lot.
Yeah, that's just what's on your mind all the time.
Maybe.
Hiya. All right, guys, that's the end of this podcast episode. We'll see you next time.
Shut the fuck
up. All right.
If you don't sit down, you have to leave, sir.
Hey, now. Don't talk to me like that.
Talk to you however I want to talk to you.
Would you like to start off?
I would like to start off. So I have a story that is the perfect way to round out Pride Month.
Okay.
It's fun. I was gonna give a lead in about the asshole, but we'll just go with it.
Okay.
The title is, this is posted on the Bartender subreddit by disco_disaster.
Of course.
Love it.
How long ago?
25 days.
Ooh.
So the title is, guy walks up to the bar wearing a Trump/anti-LGBTQ shirt and orders a beer. So of course I gave him one with a big old pride flag on the label.
Merry Christmas.
I love it. Like the title says, some of our beer cans were just updated to include the pride flag on the label. The guy walks up, orders a beer with a cash out. It was exact, so no change necessary. I go get him the beer, and we had a few of the updated ones already out. I totally had to give him the new one. I angled it so he couldn't see the flag at first. Walked up, cracked it open, took the money, and smiled. Ended with me saying, "Have a wonderful day." Then I walked away. It was a boring day, but that sure brightened it up for me. I might get a lot of hate from this, but I don't care.
All right. We are here for pettiness.
Yes.
And yeah, fuck that guy. Whatever.
Yeah, because mind your business. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess in the day you can wear whatever the fuck you want and you're allowed. This is America and you're allowed to
express yourself however you choose to express yourself. However, you are not free from the consequences of those choices.
Right, exactly. And this time you're drinking a Pride beer.
Yes. This is absolutely something I would have done.
Absolutely. Me too. This is the only ones we got, sir. But I see, nope, this is the only one I got. There's nothing behind this one.
And you already paid for it, so feel free to dump it out. I don't care if you don't want to drink it. I don't care if you want to leave. You already paid for that beer. Don't care. But yeah, so I as a person want to say that the person who is so publicly anti another person's life is the asshole in this.
Right.
I want to say the person who is wearing the anti-LGBTQ shirt is the asshole because, like I said, mind your business. Everybody will live their lives the way they live them, and it's none of my business what other people do.
Right.
It's none of your business what I do. However, the asshole is definitely the bartender. Even though I would have made the same asshole move, I'd have been the same petty bitch about it. But that's premeditated poking the bear.
But are you an asshole for doing it?
I did. Was it an asshole move? Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe.
That being said, is it an asshole move?
I think it's a petty move. And I don't think just because it's a petty move makes it an asshole move already, right? It's just being petty. You're just fuck this guy. I'm going to give him the beer or the thing that he's not
That's the definition of being an asshole.
No,
is saying, fuck this guy. I'm gonna do something to blatantly piss him off.
Yeah, that's just, then I'm
an asshole. Yeah, you are. We've established.
Get no support here, guys. No respect. No respect. At my own goddamn podcast. I don't know. Yeah, It's just one of those funny little stories. It's like, yeah, it's little things you just do like for your own self-enjoyment for the rest of the day, right?
It's just something to make your day go by more bearably.
You know, if that was there to make your day a little bit brighter and easier going, great. I'm glad I'm here for it, you know?
Right.
Because maybe that person was having a bad day and like, you know what? I put a smile and they could just kind of laugh. And then like when the next shift comes in, guess what, Steve? This bartender came in or this guest came in wearing this. I gave him this.
Right.
So I think almost everyone would do that in that situation. It's like set yourself up for a joke. I'll knock that fucker out for you. You know? So, petty things like that I do all the time. Not all the time, but if the circumstance brings it to light, or what am I saying? If the situation's if I'm able to,
right?
If I'm able to be petty like that to someone, I will do it.
And if they deserve it,
right? Well, if I can,
Like I'm absolutely the kind of person like if you deserve me to be petty to you, then
right, for sure. And there's sometimes I still just do it because it's fun. I don't know. I can't really give it a significant situation of something I've done like that before. I know I've done it plenty of times in my 12 years of bartending, but yeah, it's just,
it's fun to be an asshole.
It is fun. It relates to our last question, our last podcast episode where we want to know, do people like that type of bartender? So
I think this is different, but also yes.
I'm going to rate this story a 2. I think this is an average story. I think bartenders do this type of shit all the time because even if it has nothing to do with Trump or, pride or anything like that, there's certain situations where things just come up and you're just able to be petty just because you can.
Right. Especially if the person is being an asshole to you.
Right.
We live in Iowa, so this is like, I'm sure this happens every day.
We see these more people. We see these people wearing these type of shirts a little bit more common around here. Maybe not fully bluntly like that, but at the end of the day, we're a red state. So,
Yeah. I'm going to go 1.5.
Okay. There you have it. So if you have a fun little story like this, again, we don't always have to be banging out 4s and 5 stories. We like little 1s and 2s because they're fun because it's more relatable and they're fun to talk about. We do have a subreddit in any podcast description platform you're listening to. Click on that. It's a subreddit. It's called Do You Want to Start a Tab? Leave us a story for us to read on air, and then we'll talk about it and dissect it and have fun with it. But if you would rather talk to us in person, we do have a voicemail number, 563-277-0072. Give that a call. Leave us a voicemail about a bartender story that you witnessed or that you were part of, and we'd love to play that on the air. And just more ways for us to consume amazing bar stories because there's endless possibilities out there.
Right.
So yeah, while you're also leaving us that comment, leave us a review on your favorite podcasting platform. It helps the growth of the podcast out immensely, and we really appreciate it. And we love all the support that we've gotten here through the first 6 months of our podcast journey.
Yeah.
All right. So are you a person that believes in Bigfoot?
I don't not believe.
Right. I think out of all like the mysterious creatures out there, this is the most plausible one that could be a thing.
I don't know.
That's all I'm going to say about that because I don't personally have more beliefs than that. But I'm just saying if I had to pick one that could be true, this could be the one that could be true.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. So anyways, this is off the Ranker website where I got my last story from last week on. Again, I'll leave the link to this story on description. But this is called A Customer Claims to Have Seen Bigfoot. I was bartending alone Sunday morning at a brewery, and this dude rolls from his SUV illegally parked wearing a plaid button-up that had sleeves that were both different colors from the body and on each shoulder. 2 huge Bigfoot emblems. I told the man I liked this shirt because it was a cool shirt. He said, I've seen it. I've seen it. That's our stupid little thing to us that we say. I've seen it because I have a goofy old man for a dad. I laughed and he said, no, seriously, I've seen it. I've seen the Bigfoot. The regular checked on his drink. The man proceeds to tell me all of the Bigfoot he's seen for like half an hour. I asked him what parts he's seen specifically. He has no details. Then he said he had more shirts to show me and he went to go get them from his car. He comes back in and tells me about his plans in the back of his SUV, some weird contraption. You could only see it when you opened the door. It turns out it was a Bigfoot cage. His plan, and I swear to God, this is verbatim, was to catch it and then call the news stations and journalists and bloggers and media, or let them get their pictures and stories and videos and then let him go because he doesn't belong in a cage. And then he asked me if he could buy concert tickets We are not a concert venue and left without purchasing anything at all.
Man. I mean, I know there are people who are that fanatic about
I mean,
finding Bigfoot.
Is Bigfoot like a conspiracy, right?
It's cryptids. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that like I just want to know how people can like be this fanatical about something and still maintain a job.
Look, I'm not here to sit there and go deep dive into what I'm about to say, but it falls in the same thing as people who really believe in God and Jesus Christ and all that stuff that really happened, right? Like you're believing in something that no one's really ever seen before. You have a very big passion about it. It just tends to be people who do Bigfoot go fucking bonkers dive in that deep rabbit hole.
Right, because unlike Christianity or a major religion, it's not socially accepted.
Right. It's socially accepted and kind of, but not like as a...
No, because if you believe in Bigfoot and you hunt Bigfoot, you're considered crazy by society.
That's true. But people still love to talk about Bigfoot though.
Yeah, like the idea of it, like it's concept versus practice.
Right.
Like people can sit and theorize and say, oh yeah, I believe in Bigfoot and not be considered crazy. But then as soon as you go start hunting and build a cage in your vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Then you just... Okay, take away the premise of the story, like the Bigfoot thing. You just say random crazy people come into the bar and talk to your ear off for like a half hour, either order just one beer or like a water. Seeing that shit all the time.
Right.
So that's kind of normal, and
right.
People, I'm not here to judge people on their mental stability and all these other things because life is fucking crazy. But sometimes, maybe they're just got enough beers in them to where they just want to talk and whatever. And I'm kind of here. It's interesting for sure. I wish I could record some of these because it'd be interesting to play them back for other people, but I'm not going to do that because privacy issues and shit like that.
Right.
But I definitely think it is odd, obviously, for sure. But it's not like, as long as you're not busy, right? Like,
and as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Right. Like I only got 2 other guests. They have beers. They're fucking listening to you. This guy fucking talk about Bigfoot for 30 minutes,
Right.
They're probably enjoying themselves.
Right.
As
long as you're not hurting anybody, do you?
Right. And as long as I'm not like super busy.
At least he was ethical about Bigfoot and how he wanted to return him to the wild.
Yeah.
Catch and release.
Well, I didn't get a tag from the city, so I don't technically can keep him. So
is it legal to catch a Bigfoot?
I don't know. Is it illegal?
Well, I mean, I know that there are certain laws for like hunting and like trapping.
Would Bigfoot be considered an animal, or is it considered a mammal like us?
Well, a mammal is an animal.
I know. I'm sorry. What I meant, like
like a humanoid.
Yeah.
Well, if it's humanoid, that's false imprisonment.
That's true.
And that was definitely illegal.
That's true. I don't know, man. I think there's another podcast who could love to talk about this forever. Men of Misfortune.
Yeah.
This would definitely fall into their news and conspiracy section. We should send this off to them like, hey guys, what's your viewpoint on this?
Right.
And let them go on for like 3 hours. So if you don't know what Men of Misfortune is, we had a guest on named Tyler Campbell. He is one of the hosts of that podcast, and they do mixed bag reviews or stories, I should say. And this is, I think, kind of right up one of their alleys. So anyways, there's definitely no asshole in the story.
No.
Right? Everyone's just, it's not that unique, at least for me. This is definitely like a 1.8. I think what gives it a little bit more, instead of being a 1.2, that half point for me is that he has a cage in his trunk of his car. He's built it.
Yeah.
So I would love to see the shirt he was wearing. I wish he could like snap the pic,
I'm gonna give this an even 2. Mm-hmm. Just simply for his catch and release plans. I like this. I like the ethical nature of it.
Yeah, I get that.
Because most people want to. A lot of conspiracy theorists want to trap and kill a Bigfoot so they can have the skin.
Right.
And pelt and... That's so mean.
Oh, the raccoon story. I can't wait till we tell the raccoon story on our Patreon. So if you're ever interested in hearing our raccoon story or any other stories that we have that Riley and I have lived together now for almost 10 years of our lives together.
Oof.
That's a long time.
A decade is a long time.
It's a long time. I can't commit to shit, let alone a person.
Apparently you can.
Yeah. I can commit to Tool and you, I guess.
I mean, hey.
So if you would like to support us and our commitment towards each other for another 10 years, we do have a Patreon for $3 a month where we talk about our lives, our journeys together. And then also we have guests on the show where we talk to them more about their personal lives through their growth as a bartender and any other crazy endeavors they have. So again, $3 a month Patreon, links in the description. If not, that's cool. You can have a free trial for 7 days. Go check it out. And if not, we still love you because you're listening to our podcast and sharing it with all your friends and family.
Yep.
And just remember, don't be a dick, tip your bartender, and drink responsibly.